What's up, guys? It's your boy Doge here. Come back at you with another What If. And today's What If is on My Hero Academia. What if today's What If is? What if Deku was All Might's son? Part 1. And the like goal for this video will be 5. If this video hits 5 likes, then I will be continuing this potential series. And yeah, and this What If Deku's gonna be All Might's son. So let's get into this What If. So we start off of how All Might and Inko meet, and I got explanation for that. One day All Might is on the bus one day he's walking to UA as he bumps into a girl on his way there, and she drops her books. All Might will then say, "Sorry, I should have been paying attention," as Inko will then say, "No, it's quite alright. She's the one who should have been paying attention." That after a little bit of talking, they would then exchange numbers and start to hang out more frequently until they end up in a relationship and eventually getting married. Now, after that, a couple years later, to which All Might has been injured. No, not yet. Before a couple years ago. Oh, sorry, guys. A couple years after they were married, Izuku was born. Now, when Izuku was born, All Might is not injured, not yet, as I'm pretty sure All Might was injured around the time of Izuku was 5. So we skip around 5 years, to which Izuku's eating some food, as he has blonde hair and blue eyes. He still has his freckles, but mostly he looks like All Might. So, yeah. Deku is eating some food, dinner, and he's worried about his father, so he can barely eat. He heard from his mother that his father was in a hospital undergoing emergency surgery. Izuku was very, very worried about his father. All Might would then come through the door as Izuku would give his father a hug. Izuku would then say that, sorry guys about the background noise if you can hear that. It's my baby sister watching something. Anyways, Izuku would then tell All Might that, where are you alright? Like, what happened? And All Might would say, "That's the story for another day, my son." Izuku would then say, "Alright," as he's just happy that All Might is there. And yeah, a year after, All Might said, and Inko are arguing. Later that night, All Might and Inko are arguing, to which Izuku was asleep in the bed as he wakes up, All Might saying he has to leave. If he stays, he's only afraid that he will put his child and Inko in harm's way. Inko saying that you did it for all these years. And then All Might's like, yes, but now a villain has weakened me. I can no longer protect you. Like, I would be too weak. As All Might would then have pack his stuff and have to leave. Inko would then say, honestly, how am I supposed to explain this to Izuku? Getting angry. Izuku would then look at Inko, as Inko would notice Izuku, as Izuku's tears will roll down Izuku's eyes. As after that, we skipped a year in this Izuku's birthday party. This is we skip a year. Let's say Izuku was 4 when that happened. Now Izuku is 5, and his mother wants to take him to the quirk doctor because this is around the age where kids start developing quirks, and she's noticed most kids have developed quirks, and most kids have already developed quirks in his class. So because of this, she wants to take him to the quirk doctor. So she does. So, in All Might's, and she does so, and they say that he's quirkless. And Deku drops his All Might figure because he still looks up to his father. He still looks up to All Might, as he would then start crying, as he would then say, "I'm quirkless. I could never be as good as my father. I could never be as good as All Might." The doctor would then be shocked. "What did you say, young boy?" Inko would then say, "Thank you for your time. Let's go, Izuku." As they would they would get into the car. Now after this, they will arrive home successfully. Deku wanted to stop by the playground, and Inko said, "Yeah," thinking that this might cheer Deku up a little bit. Deku would then get on the swing as he's playing in the playground, and he's saying that he's quirkless. That's all he could think about, him being quirkless. After this, All Might comes to the conclusion that he should give one for all to a child that around this age, around the age of 4 or 5. That way, it doesn't seem like they manifested a quirk out of nowhere. So he goes by playground, seeing where the kids. He will then see Izuku standing up straight and is in front of a kid that Bakugo is bullying, saying, "Leave him alone, Kachan." As Bakugo will then say, yeah, what are you gonna do about it, you quirkless nobody? Yes, Izuku had told Bakugo he was quirkless previously before this. Izuku would then say, "I'll put a stop to it. I might not be quirkless and you might have explosions, but they're not at your full potential. I'll be alright." As Izuku and Bakugo wrestle, Izuku would get beat, but it still protected the kid. The kid's like, "Just run." And Izuku says, "I can't do that. I don't care what it takes. I don't care what I do. I'll still be a hero. And heroes protect the innocent. They always save the day." As he would punch Bakugo in the face, as Bakugo would spit out blood. All Might is watching this and astonished as he breaks up the fight, as Bakugo's like, "All Might?" But his mother comes and get Bakugo. Bakugo comes and gets his mother. Bakugo's mom comes and gets him, seeing that he got into a fight. Inko, let's say, she was doing things in the car. Whoa, what do you mean by that one, Chief? Not like that. Just, it's negative. That's negative. But yeah. And Deku, All Might would appear saying that I am here. Yes, and then All Might getting a good look at the kid, because he didn't at first, since he was fighting Bakugo. He would say, "Izuku." And guys, let me remind you, I don't script with this at all. I do them off the top of my head. I've never scripted a what if. Only that one time, and it was partially scripted, is what if Minato survived. So, yeah. And, yeah. So, All Might's like, "Izuku?" As Izuku would then say, "Dad, is that you?" And he's like, "Yes." As it would be a silence, as Izuku would give his father a hug, All Might being shocked that he did still see him as a father. All Might would then say, "Why didn't you use your quirk? You should have developed a quirk by now." All Might hoping that it's not for the reasons he thinks. Izuku would then say he doesn't have a quirk. He's quirkless. All Might looking down, being sad for his son because he's inherited the genes of him. All Might will then say, "You showed absolute will and determination today, my son. I will now I want you to be my successor. How am I gonna succeed you, All Might? I'm, Father," he says, "Father, I'm quirkless." He would then say, "And I can give you my quirk." Izuku would then be shocked. He says, "You see, I was quirkless too, a long time ago." As All Might would explain every detail about One for All and how it's passed down through the will of its users. As Deku would then say, "Wow, that's so cool." As Deku would then say, "That's very surprising." And he's like, "How do I get it?" And he's like, "Well, first you have to work. Your body needs to be a suitable vessel for One for All, or else your legs and arms is gonna reject One for All's power, and you're gonna go splatting everywhere." As Izuku's like, "Right." It would be kind of like how if you watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, how Ao's body is rejecting, no, Ao's soul is rejecting the armor body. So they start to train and work, and he's like, "Don't tell your mother about this," because he doesn't know how could he even face her after walking out on them. All Might and Deku will keep on training and training, and at this point, Izuku is now 7 years old, and he's built pretty good for a 7-year-old. Since that happened, he gave Izuku One for All, as he says, "Let the power flow through you." Now, Izuku's been with All Might long enough to know that when he says things, he figures out All Might's way of thinking, basically, because he thinks the exact same way. So when he says, "Let the power flow through you," that's what he does, and takes it literally how he should have in canon. He spreads One for All throughout his body, having apparently red energy marks. As then he will burst into lightning. The lightning around him will be blue. As he says, "One for All." As he will then, Izuku is only able to use around 2% of One for All. Keep in mind that Izuku's a 7-year-old. Okay, so and Izuku's body was barely able to handle 1%. 8% him fighting Bakugo. So Izuku can use 2%, but he dashes off and then strikes the ground, stirring up dust. As Izuku says, he feels amazing. All Might would then say, "We will spend the rest of the years training on how you be the successor." As Deku's like, "Wait, so Father, why don't you come back and live with us?" As the almost like, "Huh? You say you cannot protect us, but if you train me up, I can protect. And you still have your power, right? It's not all gone. So with us, we're unstoppable." All Might would then laugh, "But I don't know how could I face your mother after these years." As Izuku convinces him, Deku walks to the shore, as All Might would do so as well. Inko would then break down in tears as she was hugging All Might. This Inko is not depressed, you could say, as she's skinny in this. And from there, we have a time skip to where Izuku is now 15 years old and has an amazing percentage of grasp of One for All. Imagine him having one for all for most of his life, and he had just gotten one for all, and canon having around 20% against one for. I mean, what's his name? Overhaul. Now imagine Izuku having one for all for his whole life. I estimate that Izuku will be able to control around roughly 45% of one for all. Now, because of that, Izuku looks exactly how you see in the picture, by the way. But, no hero costume yet. He doesn't have a hero costume yet. And, yeah, pretty much that's Izuku. Yes, he is buffed. And them standing side by side, Inko says, "You two look so much alike." And Izuku's eating his cereal, and it's like, almost like Izuku, Zuzu. That's the nickname that he gave to him as a child, Zuzu, because of Izuku. And Izuku's like, I thought I was too old for that. Prove me wrong. What is it, father? And All Might's like, the UN interest exams is coming up. We'll need to train on one for all for 10 months. As Izuku's like, all right. No, I'm pretty sure before the entrance exams that they were like 14, and then 2 months later they had turned 15. That's what I'm guessing anyway. So yeah, Izuku and All Might would get to the beach as All Might would, let's say, pick up all of this trash, and you're buffed, so use it with one for all. Also, we're gonna be sparring, me using 45% of my power, because I estimate that's how much you can use, right? As Izuku's like, yeah. So 10 months later, as Izuku had cleaned the beach in around a month, they had, All Might and Izuku had been sparring. Oh, sorry guys. Oh my God, guys, a car accident just happened on my street. Whoa, his car is totally messed up. He don't got a car no more. But, sorry. Anyways. Sorry, but that was my baby sister. Anyways, Izuku had, over the 10 months, had learned how to use roughly around 55% of one for all. Because the reason I'm not making it around 60 or 70 is because I don't want him to be too OP. This Izuku is pretty OP. Him having one for all for most of his life. So I don't want to make him too OP. So Izuku goes to the entrance exams as All Might's with the judges. Well, Izuku goes to the auditorium as President Mike explains all of the pointers. Izuku's like, what about the 0 pointer? And then President Mike's like, well, 0 pointer is worth 0 points, so I doubt any of you will want to fight it. It's worth 0 points. It's just the obstacle put in your path. Izuku's like, I see. As after this, they do the practical exam, to which Izuku aces this. Now Izuku is still very, very smart, and he has a dumb side sometimes, so he could be really, really dense sometimes. So yeah, sorry if you guys heard that. I'm just fixing my blinds. So, and that was my baby sister dropping a phone. Anyways, after that, Izuku and the rest of the students will be ready. Ariana, girl. So the students will be ready, and President Mike will be like, on your marks, get set. as Izuku will start bursting through using one fall and a burst of blue lightning, running as fast as he can. As President Mike's like, what are you waiting for? There's no countdowns in the real battle. And that's when Izuku's the whole class starts running, or all the people that's interested trying to do the entrance exams. I'm sorry if I used class as it turns. I'm just cause UA, So they start running and they burst past the gate, but by the time they go past the gate, Izuku had already destroyed around 10 robots. They started using their quirks. The guy with this navel laser. The guy with his navel laser. Bakugo with just pure explosions. And Mineta pop off. If Mineta was even there, I don't remember. Ida with his engines bursting and then kicking, destroying robots. Uraraka making things weightless, hitting the robots with it, and floating over, After that, now Izuku by this point has gotten around 40 points. As he keeps going, he speeds off using one forearm, destroying robots. As he just got like around 10 more points, giving him around 50 points as he keeps going. After that, he sees most of the students running as he hears doom. As he looks over and he sees the 0 pointer. And Izuku says, this must be the 0 pointer robot that President Mike was talking about. An obstacle to get in my path, huh? He smirks, saying, well, that's what he was going to say. Well, I'm on my son. I can handle myself. Izuku, now some of you might be wondering, why didn't Izuku get into recommendations? Well, Izuku wanted to test out his power. All Might wanted to recommend him, but he just said, I want to test out my own power. Get on my own pride. Basically, on behalf of his pride. So Izuku would put one forearm to his arm for a split second, as he would enough percentage for him to hold without breaking his arms, not putting it around his whole body. He would then pull his middle finger back, putting his thumb over it, as he would then flick, creating air pressure that would destroy the 0 pointer. Now you might be wondering how he would push his, for that split second that he flicks, he will push. Before he flicks, he pushes his fingers to 100% and then back down to a regular percentage, or before his arm, his fingers can get destroyed, or his arm. So yeah, after that, destroying the 0 pointer, everyone being shocked. Izuku wasn't here, girl, calling for help as he would run to there, and he would lift the rock off of her, and he would grab her, saying, "You alright?" And she would say, "Yeah." President Mike would then say, "Time over," as Izuku would then just help her get to what's her name? I don't remember. The healer, old woman with the kitchen quirk. And yeah, she comes and heals everybody up. And Izuku would go home with All Might and Inko, waiting for these results. Around a week later, Izuku gets a mail All Might personally tells Izuku that he has passed and he has gotten into UA. This is your academia, Izuku. As Izuku will smile. Now, the next day, we see Izuku getting ready, putting on his UA uniform, as he will walk out saying, I'm off to UA. All Might would say, all right, as he would be like, do good. And Izuku's like, I will. Have no intentions of doing bad. As he goes to UA. Hold on, guys, my baby sister. I don't know why she's screaming. But, anyways, he would go to UA High School. As he's walking, he's like, I'm lost. As he would then see a label. And he says, finally, Class 1A. As he's like, why does the door have to be that big? What if who's living behind that door, Giants? As he would go open the door to his luck, he sees Bakugo and Ida arguing. As it's like, just my luck. Bakugo then say, hey, you Deku. And then Izuku's like, what do you want, Bakugo? And then Bakugo's like, why do you look so much like the #1 hero? And Izuku would then just say, I don't know. And he's like, well, I don't believe you. You must have some relation to him. Well, that doesn't matter. I'm still going to become #1. As he would then say, whatever you say, Bakugo. As Izuku would then take a seat, he would then say, nerd, don't you mock me. And Izuku would say in inner face palm. As after this happens, sorry, guys. After this happens, they do the whole heroes versus villains thing. They pull out. No, that's not. Is that the first day? Yeah, I think that's. No, the first day is Izuku sits down as Aizawa walks in, as he would tell everybody to shut up. His name is Mr. Aizawa, and he's their homeroom teacher. He would then say, put these gym uniforms on and go outside so we can begin. And then Uraraka would then say, we're going to miss orientation. As Versailles says, this is my class, that way I can do whatever I want, whatever I see fit. Wasting time on orientation. Time is precious, and you don't have that much time to be a hero. You have 3 years. As they will all go outside. Izuku, since you got the most in the entrance exam, tell this boy you go first. As Bakugo gets annoyed. Izuku coming out with 60 rescue points. As no, Izuku didn't only help Uraraka, he helped other people that needed his help. So, yeah, he will have around 80 rescue points and around 70 robot points. That coming up to a very high total, to which I don't feel like counting up right now. Izuku got first. As Izuku will use one for all and throw the ball, flinging it, and he didn't use all his power, and he used his finger on the last point of impact, and he used around 3% of his full power in his finger as well, throwing it with his finger basically. As it goes far, skyrocketing. As Aizawa would then say, I don't remember how much meters did Bakugo get, but we're gonna say Izuku gets around. Let's see, Izuku gets around 70 more than Bakugo. So no, 55 more than Bakugo. So that Bakugo had a cannon. Bakugo would go and get the same amount as he would a cannon. Uraraka goes and gets Infinity, as everybody's shocked and surprised. Izuku would then say her quirk and she can make things weightless. And Uraraka would say, right, so when I touch the ball, it's weightless. So all I have to do is throw it then. And upper atmosphere it went. And Aizawa would then say, very good observation, Izuku. As Izuku said, well, I learned it from somebody. As he would think of All Might. Now, after this, sorry guys if the pacing is bad or the what if is bad or anything. So yeah, that's why I'll be leaving the video. Guys, hope you like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on post notifications. Sorry guys, I gotta go get some groceries. I don't know how to pause the screen recording. Until you share out. Have a crazy day.